I'm ready for you.
Female doctors, on average, earn 27.7% less than their male counterparts in a study done on 65,000 physicians last year. Based on that percentage, to put this into a dollar sign value for you, on average, that means that female doctors earn $105,000 less per year. Therefore, for the purpose of this semester, my topic will be the gender pay gap in the medical field, with a narrowed focus on women earning substantially less. I'll be examining the key issues, the research I've done behind the gender pay gap, and how this topic is relative to social justice. First, in order for everyone to grab a deeper understanding of my topic, I'll be taking a look at the vital concerns of the pay gap. The pay gap isn't always 27.7%. There's some areas of the country where that is on the smaller end of the spectrum and vice versa. So, for instance, places like Charlotte and Durham, North Carolina, their pay gap is climbing towards 31 to 33%, which is the worst in the country. And that isn't okay, especially when these statistics aren't really improving. Now, how serious is this issue? It's a very prominent issue in today's society, and according to CNN, the gender pay gap is huge, and it's only getting worse, unfortunately. That leads me to my next point. In order for everyone to grasp what is being discussed, I'll be talking about my research and credible sources. CNN has done a fantastic job in providing the statistics that I mentioned thus far, as well as Doximity, which is a healthcare professional social network, social media for them. Some other very credible sources that have really paved for the foundation of this topic are Fox, The Washington Post, CBS, and so on. And because it is such a highly debated and talked about topic, it wasn't difficult at all to find respectable sources for this. Lastly, for the best way for you guys to understand the purpose of this speech is to understand how this all fits into social justice. Now, obviously this is an injustice to women, female doctors specifically, and they have completed the same exact training, certifications, schooling, undergraduate med school, for instance, as their male doctors have, and they're still earning substantially less. Why should we care about this? Well, if one of the most prestigious jobs in our country has such a terrible pay gap, what does that say for the rest of the jobs? Are they even worse? Subsequently, if you're not a woman, or even if you are a woman and you're just not interested in the medical field, this still can definitely pertain to you and affect you in some way. I mean, everybody knows a woman, your mother, your daughter, or whatever. In conclusion, my semester-long topic will be examining the pay gap of female doctors. This week should have informed you on the current key controversies of this topic, the research that aided in the development of my semester-long topic, and finally how this fits into social justice. And hopefully, by the end of the semester, we will all be able to work towards minimizing that 27.7% gap. Thank you.
Okay, Molly, come on down. That, I feel like it just is a little bit. Do you feel okay with switching it?
Yeah,
Oh, thank you. That was, let me just help her.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect, yeah. Usually what I would say is like at your belly button is always a good way to note that you've hit a good spot. If you will. I am back on my top. Okay, there we go. And I will, I guess we're already going. Right, Molly, okay. Whenever the spirit moves you, let's all give our attention to Molly. We're not doing anything else. We are looking at Molly. There she is. Okay.
Do you ever look at other people's lives and compare them to your own? Does this make you question whether you're smart, fit, or happy enough? The desire to be perfect seems to influence thinking from a super young age. Research by Girl Guiding UK found that a quarter of 7 to 10-year-old girls felt the need to be perfect. Females specifically have been negatively affected by social media for over a decade, and it became more prevalent to me in my senior year of high school. It seems more girls than ever feel the need to be perfect at a time when mental health of young women is at an all-time high. Social media apps influence women in numerous ways, but primarily through Photoshop presenting images of an unrealistic ideal. For the purpose of this class, I intend on examining the area of social media's negative effects on women. To do so, I will tell you key issues of this topic, the research that will assist in understanding it further, and finally, how all of these encapsulate the realm of social justice. To begin, I will discuss key issues of this topic. The first issue I'd like to highlight is how the idea of perfectionism can lead to serious issues such as anxiety, depression, and eventually an eating disorder. Many women see body image as a huge preoccupation and feel undervalued unless they meet society's standards. Women see their peers on social media whose lives seem so perfect and feel it's completely unattainable, leading them to either feel worthless or pushing themselves to reach a goal of perfection through unhealthy methods. Social media has created an unrealistic expectation for the ideal body. People are photoshopped to look slimmer, skin touched up to look more flawless, and so on. At the end of the day, beauty sells, and this is somewhat of a problem when the media, or individuals on social media, produce unattainable images for women. Eating disorders are often, though not always indirectly, related to negative body image. The second issue is that it's not just Instagram or Facebook that's the problem. It's the social pressures put on young women that have been a part of our society for many years. Things like popularity used to be abstract. Now, thanks to social media, there's a tangible measurement. How many friends you have is related to how many likes or comments you get on a post. Next, I would like to discuss research that will assist in development. According to childmind.org, for anyone experiencing anxiety or depression, carefully edited feeds can act as a smokescreen, making serious issues behind pretend perfection and making it harder for others to see that they need help. In other words, if women are already struggling to stay on top of things or suffering from low self-esteem, they're more likely to interpret images of peers having fun or looking perfect as confirmation that they're doing badly compared to their friends. In data from 238 female undergraduates, structural equation modeling revealed a direct effect of media exposure on eating disorder symptoms. Furthermore, mediational linkages were found for gender role endorsement, ideal body stereotype internalization, and body satisfaction. From this study, we can see through scholarly evidence that social media's representation of an ideal life and body image is linked to body dissatisfaction in women. Third, I'm going to discuss how this fits into the realm of social justice. Because social media culture provides a vehicle for women to fall deeper into a hole of the idealistic images, it leads them to unhealthy methods of achieving that. This is worthy of our attention because all of us are affected by social media in some way, whether that's from advertisements influencing what you buy, an ideal body image, or a life you wish you had. It's important to touch base on the issues because it's so prevalent in our lives today. In conclusion, social media presents an image of unrealistic ideals through the convenience of Photoshop, which leads to physical and mental health issues. Although the pressures to be perfect are constantly on our screens, I hope through research of my topic, we will become more mindful of who we follow on social media and how we digest these images in a safe and healthy way. Thank you.